questions are somewhere.
Yay.
Oh, up in there. We are live. Boom! I think I actually timed it almost perfectly then, Mags. It must be you and your calming influence on me. Good evening, love sales, hate selling, Facebook watchers, followers, lurkers, people who want to come on and hear the interview from our amazing business owners. We've had some great interviews for the last couple of weeks, and we've got another great one today with the amazing, the one and only Mags OBrien.
Oh, thanks, Nigel.
One of the nicest people I know. If more people were like Mags, the world would be an absolutely fantastic place. Mags, question for you. Do you walk on water?
No, not yet.
I bet you could.
I'll practice.
Right, Mags, before we start, let's do a pose for the Facebook algorithm. And then I can use it on our YouTube thumbnail. So after 3, I want you to do your best pose or pout or whatever they call it these days, and I'll use it in our thumbnail. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. How cheesy was that? Oh, fantastic. Mags. You know something? I'm pretty sure that I asked you about this last year. You deflected me the way that you do when someone asks you something that you don't want to do. Am I right?
I don't remember, because I'm usually pretty good at jumping on stuff and chatting.
I don't know. I'm going to go through my emails, actually. Maybe you didn't see the email I sent you.
No, I don't. I do.
It's all coming out now. Do not send Mags an email if you want to get hold of her. Send her a message direct.
Yeah, email can get a bit bogged down,
But thanks for joining us this evening, and it's really great to have you here. I know that you've got some exciting things, even though we've been going through this crazy time. You've actually you've grown, you've developed new ways of getting your message to people, which is so exciting. And I'm glad that you're here today. So let's press on. Let's tell the world what you're all about. So Mags, please, can you tell the people watching what you do for a business?
Okay, so my business is Mags Life Transformation Specialist, and that's what I do. I do what it says on the tin. And my passion is to help people, and mainly business owners, because business owners have their own business because they want to be self-determined and they want that freedom. And I do as well. So that really resonates. So I like to work with business owners to help them create the life and business that they want on their terms, how they want to do it, because that's where we get our happiness and joy. So we're serving, doing what we love, we're bringing in the money, so we're doing a good sales job, and then that filters out into our personal life and our family and friends and how we want to experience life.
Completely resonates with me. and I think business owners is such a good niche, because business owners do struggle with themselves. That I imagine that you kind of go in deep with them and kind of help them to find answers.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I've been there myself, so from my journey, I've said to myself, what would I have needed to move me forward? And I have had coaching and things like that that's really helped.
Yeah.
Because initially I wouldn't get help because it was like, oh, I can't afford that, or I was scared to spend the money.
Yeah.
But until I did have coaching, that's when I started to change and develop, and my business grew. So, my life grew better as well. So it's one of those ironic things that, when you do get someone to help you, then you can move forward. So over all these years, it's taken me 11 years to get to the message that I've got on my online course. So that's my new thing.
Ooh.
So what's happened there is when the lockdown came in, like a lot of people, I guess, we all responded in different ways, but I just went like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, am I going to lose my business? Am I going to lose my home?
Of course.
And stuff like that, because we didn't feel safe. And I walked around like this for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's like, right, you've got to stop this. And I went to my go-to strategy. And it was the go-to strategy that I've developed over the last, well, mainly since 2014, because before then, I didn't have a strategy and everything was all over the place.
Go-to strategies. It's like some secret technique that you have to kind of, okay.
I wouldn't say it's secret, but it's definitely a, right, well, I got chucked out, you know, when we had the financial crash in 2008.
Yes.
I got chucked out of the mortgage industry with 40,000 other people. So I had like 3 months, what do they call it, on consultation, and 3 months gardening leave. So that's 6 months.
Yeah.
That 6 months, I was in total apoplexy, panic, fear, couldn't sleep, was just all over the place.
Yeah.
And I can imagine that some people have been like that, you know, because of the lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when I look back now, I was thinking, God, if I knew then what I knew now, I could have had maybe a week of going, what the, you know. But there was so much I could have done instead of panicking and being fearful.
Yeah.
And, you know, you learn. So that was my first dib. So that was an industry meltdown.
Yeah.
Then in 2014, I had a personal crisis. So every area of my life just went. So again, it was like, and I did have some of the strategies in place and I developed them to get me through.
Okay.
And then we had the lockdown and it was like a global meltdown, and it's like, oh my God. And then it's like, okay, this is what we do. And that's
boom,
invented it.
Boom. Now guys, listen, I'm not going to push Mags for any more, because I think some of these secret sauces is some of the sauce that she sprinkles on for her clients. So it'd be unfair for us to kind of get to reveal any, but you know, you can contact her later on and have a word, and you know, see. Hey, if she tells you, give me a call as well. Let me know. So, you was in the mortgage industry, so you were a banker. So
no,
I mean,
I was a, what do they call them? Basically, I was in sales.
Oh, a salesman.
I was in sales, yes.
Oh, a fellow salesperson. Oh.
I was a salesperson, yes.
So obviously, because your inspiration, I suppose, basically for where you are now, came from those dark times that you went through yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And when was the first time you realized that you could help others? Because obviously there's the point where you're helping yourself and you're like, boom. But where was the point when you thought, right, come here, you. I'm going to help you.
Well, going back to when I was 29, I actually had a breakdown. And I was working in corporate, working my backside off and not getting anywhere and stuff like that. And, you know, some of it was my own doing, because you realise with hindsight, but, you know, keep pushing at closed doors type thing. Yeah. So I had a breakdown at 29. And in order to sort myself out, I went to like natural therapies. So I had reflexology, I had massage, I used oils, I started to meditate and all things like that to help me. And then that got me interested in therapies.
Right.
So then I became a therapist. I did learn reflexology. I learned Reiki. And then I found craniosacral therapy that I started to do.
Say that again,
craniosacral therapy. It is amazing. It's a light, soft tissue work. It's the work of Dr. John Upledger, and it was born out of cranial osteopathy that the osteopaths do. But you know, we're not as qualified. We're not as trained as osteopaths, but it was that part of it. And during that journey, it was healing the physical, but also the mental and emotional. And then it also took me into past lives. and things like that. So it was from that modality. In fact, I've only just stopped the lockdown. That's when I've actually stopped practicing now. I made the decision. Right. So for all those years I practiced it because it could really help people, but it started with me helping me.
Yeah. Oh wow. Good
yeah.
Wow. Now I've known you for 2 and a bit years, and I'm learning guys, I'm learning new stuff today. Mags has never told me this. We've had breakfast countless times at 4N Wolverhampton, and she hasn't mentioned half of this. She used to turn up with these books and cards and so what have been some of the challenges that you've had to overcome with the business? Other than COVID, you can't see.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So in the early days, I was in a business partnership, and I was running my own business, and then we had the partnership. Yeah. And my business partner had her business as well, so we were running that. But it was interesting how the business partnership only ever made enough money to cover its expenses. Yeah, I know. So anyway, things got really difficult, and things got really difficult for me financially, because basically I ran out of money. Yeah. And so, you know, it was that time, you know, the get a job time, which it's like, no, I don't want to get a job. And so I got a bit, shall we say, I got a bit naughty, and I said, right, I've had enough of it. I was being polite.
Naughty, that's a new word.
You've not heard of that, naughty?
If anyone has heard of the word naughty before, please comment in the comments, because I have never. Naughty, oh my God. Well, I'm going to start using it anyway, so.
Yeah, it's a good one. The other one was a bit ruder, so you might not have wanted it on your interview. Yeah, so it was like, no, I've got to stop, I've got to get a job. And so we went to this free workshop for Fully Booked Formula, and then we signed up for a 3-day seminar, which was at the end of March. Yeah. In 2014. So I was like, right, we might as well go to this thing, because I've flipping well paid for it. Well, we flipping well paid for it.
Oh, Mags, I can't imagine you being like all authoritative in that. You've never, honestly, it's a new side of you that I'm seeing today.
Well, I wasn't in a good place, so that's why it has to be bad for me to get naughty.
Yeah, naughty.
So anyway, we went on this weekend, and because if it wasn't any good Monday, I was getting a job. So I went on the weekend, and I just walked in the doors and cried, because I knew I was in the right place. And so anyway, as a partnership, we joined the coaching program, and basically within the first 6 months, we separated the business. Right. Because really we were on different pages.
Yeah. Different values.
Yeah. And so that happened. So then I was like, oh my God, I need to get some money. And especially as I paid for, you know, my share of the coaching program, it was like, oh my God. So basically I just threw myself at everything.
Yeah.
And the previous year, we'd gone to a Louise Hay Heal Your Life. We became licensed teachers. Yeah. So I kept trying to put on workshops, and I'd only get one person.
Oh.
I know, but there's a reason why. I found out later, but I'd only get one person. But you were allowed to. It allowed you to do a weekend workshop. It allowed you to do group. A study group, but you could do the study group one-to-one. So that's what I did, and that's how I ended out coaching. So I did this study group one-to-one, and because I was doing it one-to-one, I was doing it my way. So then it worked. So that's how I got into coaching.
Wow.
Yeah, so I kind of fell into it.
Now
Yeah.
So this all started from you being naughty, really.
Yeah.
And obviously when you're feeling naughty, that's when things happen.
Yes, but I try not to get there this time. You know, I try and be a bit more.
I think obviously, you know, your environment dictates how you are and who you are and how you feel. So I would imagine that you would never have anyone. I imagine there's a little bit of friction, especially with the expenses thing. Anyone like that around you anyway to get into that position again. So.
Well, yeah, because I'd obviously got no money coming in. You know, we were struggling with the joint business.
Yeah.
My uncle, who was like a dad to me, had passed away. My mum was diagnosed with a degenerative disease, and because she was poorly, I was scared I was going to lose her.
Of course.
So it was just like, oh, just
boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's a kind of stock piling of things, boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 and eventually you have to kind of, something has to give, you know what I mean? Something has to give.
Well, I did crack my finger to them upstairs and said, what are you trying to do to me?
Well, you seem to have definitely gone in the right direction from then onwards. My favourite question. I don't think I even warned you about it. Tell us one thing about you that not many people know about.
People who know me more. I did live on a narrowboat for 4.5 years, me and my cat. When I was in sales, so I'd be all suited and booted. And my friends used to laugh because they'd hear me clip-clopping along the...
Where was your boat based?
Wixell.
Chester?
No, it's between Whitchurch and Wem. They called it the Wixell Triangle.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! That's amazing.
Yeah, I loved it there. It was my room with a view.
Wow, I mean, in a previous life, there's a place called Nosal.
Yeah, I know Nosal. Yeah.
Well, there's a boat yard centre kind of thing there, and they've got that's where the canal goes. But they were one of my customers when I worked at Groupon. But there's a guy there who lived on his narrow boat. It seemed like such a great life. I mean, I don't know about in the winter, but certainly in the summer, just chug down to the next, set of locks and.
Well, to be honest, I didn't go that far because I was by myself. So it's not easy to moor the boat up, do the thing and what have you. But what used to happen was there was a group of us. It was really funny because one Christmas day, it was Christmas Eve, we all chugged out. So I went in the convoy and I was in the middle. So I didn't have to do the, because there was 2 bridges. Of Wixell, so in very short order. Right. So anyway, so we all went out and then we all moored up further up the canal, and it was like a 3-minute walk to our favourite pub. So we all piled off there, and then it was Christmas Eve.
Oh wow!
Nice Christmas Eve munchies and stuff, because I love Christmas Eve. So I'd made like a buffet and things like that.
It is the best time, actually. It's better than Christmas Day. I think the anticipation.
Yeah, it's before you get too sick of too much food and drink.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I eat from the 20th of December right through to the 31st of December. So, what a magical bloody life. That must have been amazing. 4 years. Yeah,
4.5 years. Yeah, me and my cat.
Why did you leave it behind?
Because the people who owned it were moving off, and British Waterways was taken over. But before I knew that, my intuition said. So I always follow my intuition. Yeah, it's time to go.
Time to go. Right, let's see if any comments have come in. Max, man, I tell you what, I've known you 2.5 years. You're coming out with some right revelations right now.
But we were networking, so it's like.
And that's the thing with networking. Sometimes you don't actually get time to talk to someone, do you?
No.
And then when you're making an appointment, it's very rushed. You've got an hour. So this is lovely. Simone.
Oh, hello.
Now I'm not sure what order this is in, but she says, I completely agree. What you agree that Mag should be paid £10,000 a day? Or Mag should be given a free holiday to Barbados paid for all of us? What do you agree on, Simone? Tell us. Context.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that it's Simone's course.
I've got the answer. Sorry, she says yes, she does walk on water. Yeah, I agree as well. Sorry, Simone's course.
So it's Simone's course that it was really funny because, talking of networking, a friend of ours, Claire and Sally have got a supporting business women network group.
Yes.
And I was a bit tired and I wasn't going to go to the group because it's in the evening and it was on Zoom, and I was thinking, I don't really feel that sociable. So, because I've been working and Zooming all day. And anyway, I sat down and it was like 7 o'clock and I thought, do you know what? I'll jump on. And Simone was doing the talk and it was like, damn, I need that.
Yes, Simone, Jennifer Major.
Yeah.
Those two ladies are well, Jennifer's the force of nature, and Simone is they're like two superheroes who just like swoop in and you can almost see them with capes going, right, let's sort that out and let's do that, and then so
I've just followed her course. It's like, do this. So I've got my module 1 all filmed and edited, and it's all ready. It just needs a workbook. I need the introduction done, but I'm focusing on my marketing because obviously you need, there's no point sitting there getting everything pretty and then marketing. It's like, let's market it. Yeah. As long as I'm one step ahead, it's fine. But
I wish I'd have met Simone before I did my course, because I had many a night, sleepless night, and pulling of hair and gnashing of teeth putting mine together. And in fact, I actually did it and then scrapped the whole lot and started again because that played me up. I asked for someone's opinion, but didn't say what I wanted to do. But didn't respond the way I wanted them to respond. So I was like,
the biggest piece of advice I would give anybody is not to ask anyone else's opinion.
Yeah, just go for it. Go for it.
I mean, it's different if we're talking about Simone, it's different because Simone knows how to do online courses.
Yeah.
That's not an opinion, that's training.
That's training, yeah.
But when it's something that's authentically it's what we were talking about earlier before we got live, that different people have different opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And different perceptions. But they'll answer you from their perception, and then when they go, it bursts your bubble.
Exactly. Simone says she loved that you were laughing at me during the pose. She called it magical. Look, man, me and Mags are on the same wavelength. I'll tell you a little story about Mags in a bit and why I love her so much. Simone, I'm the same. In fact, it's just Simone. Yeah, I'm the same. Mags does magic for business. Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, Natalie Hurdley. Mag's course is next level and everyone needs to sign up. Are you hearing that, guys? If you are watching, Mags will be dropping all of her links below.
I will.
In the video.
Natalie.
It's amazing. Your story is so powerful. And I've only just found out about it, and I've known her longer than you. Craniosacral is insane and so good. Again, some new word that I've only found out today, and you already know about it. Tell you what, Simone, me and you're going to have words. And Natalie Hurdley, who's also done Simone's course, says Simone's course is so good. And that's the thing. I mean, I've told Simone myself that the next course I do.
Yeah, you need to. It's a no-brainer.
Get her involved.
Do this. Boom, you've got it. And it's like, I was, when I've said to some people who I know quite well, I'm doing my online course, they said, well, you wanted to do that from 2 years ago. And I went, yeah. Boom.
Thing is, though, the right vehicle, person, situation appears at the right time for you.
Yeah, totally.
And I was saying this to someone the other day about these interviews. I never intended for them to be regular. I intended for me to do 2 or 3, and that was it. And lockdown came. I thought, well, how can I help business owners? Well, I could get them to talk about themselves, and then I could share it to YouTube and everywhere else, and other people might watch it and go to their links, and that's it. It's turned into a big lumbering beast now. Arms and legs, it's taken over my life. No, I jest. But the reason I just want to tell you guys, one of the reasons why I love Mags so much, I met Mags at For Networking Wolverhampton, and I had to give a presentation, and so I did the presentation. Now I have a habit when I'm presenting to, I do move quite a bit. It's because I'm from an advertising background, and when you do an advertising, you have to move your hands around. So we finished. I sat down next to Mags, turned around and went, ting, and she went, "You move around too much." I was like, ah! I loved that directness. I thought, oh my God, because it's really, look, I take something like that as advice, whereas other people could take that as a criticism. And what Mags then said to me is, have you ever thought of going to Toastmaster? Now, around this time, I was training to do a comedy night or sketch at the Glee Club in Birmingham. And when she mentioned Toastmaster, and she mentioned that you can go there and you can learn to speak better and more and control, I thought, hey, this might help with my comedy. So I did. It was like 30 miles to get there. I sat with a bunch of really highly grammatically intelligent people. Some of the, they had a couple of speeches at the beginning, and when you get lost in someone's words because they're speaking, you feel yourself like just drifting.
They were fantastic.
Absolutely amazing. But that one, I only attended once. It's too far for me to go every week. But that one session taught me so much, and it actually helped me with my sketch, because it did teach me to slow down and stop moving so much, and to pace my words out and express myself more. So Mags, it's your fault I was on the Glee Club, and it's probably your fault why I'm going to continue to tell dodgy jokes until the day I can't tell dodgy jokes anymore. Right. As we move on. So, if somebody wanted to start a business right now, almost, I was going to say post-COVID, but it isn't, is it really? What 3 bits of advice would you give them?
3
bits of advice.
Number 1, get some coaching.
Okay.
I know that might sound counterintuitive, but when you learn from someone else's long time and lots of mistakes, trial and error, it can move you along really quickly. So for me, my business moved forward far more quickly, and it needed to in 2014 because I had coaching. Okay, and I'd got into that bad place because I was trying to do the business with no coaching, and I'd just about gone to the wall. So that's the first thing, because it's not easy. I would find someone to help you with the mindset work. So some of that can be in business coaching. It was in my business coaching, but I have coaching myself now still. After all this time, I certainly have. I'm qualified as a holistic coach, but I went in as a client first, and it's that was really, really helped, because again, it's mindset. It's when an ego part of us, says, well, that's a load of rubbish, or you can't do that. Who are you to help people? You want to charge how much? People can't
your voice sounds the same as mine. Are they like related or what?
The old monkey mind.
Oh, wicked.
And also know your numbers, know your finances from day one, because there's nothing worse than having a bag full of receipts, handing it over to the accountant in January.
I should.
Am I going to get a big tax bill, or have I made a loss? And then if someone says, what about this? You can't make strategic decisions within the year. So the best thing I did, you know, my accountant, I'm up to date every single month.
Are you digital?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, online. So, you know, but I know exactly where I'm at. I know what my cash flow is. I know what's coming in, what's going out. And then if someone says, what about this? Then I can say yes. So like going back to Simone's course, I knew, boom, yes, I can pay for that.
Yeah. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's see if any more comments have come in. So, you know, 3 real great tips there. Coach, mindset, and know your numbers. I think mindset is a huge one. Hi, Silvana. Mindset's a huge one. You know, I've heard a lot of coaches who I follow, gurus that I follow, who talk about it's mindset's where it starts.
Yeah.
Because the right mind can achieve. The wrong mind will find many reasons why you shouldn't achieve. And I think some people go into business, sometimes their mindset also needs that work. So I think with you having a coach who also helped with mindset, that was pretty fantastic, because you had almost two kind of bits of help there: business and keep you on track, keep you motivated, kick you up the bum every now and again if you kind of of course. Oh, brilliant. So guys, you've heard some powerful tips there from a lady who knows. But don't forget, she's also a coach, so she can help you as well. Is there anything that the people watching can help you with right now? How can we support Mags OBrien on a journey to success?
Cool. Well, if it's you, or if you know anybody who's in their own business, they're doing okay, but they're frustrated, they're working lots of hours, because it's like, I need to keep the money coming in, if I stop, will it still come in? And they're wanting to raise their business to the next level. They want to be doing more of what they want to do, not just, you know, we don't become a business owner to run the business. We become a business owner to do what we love, and we have to run a business. And what happens is we spend all our time in the business and not working on it, and doing less time doing what we love and doing things that we don't love. So it's stopping that hamster wheel. And it's not a nice place to be, because I know that. So if anybody's in that frustrated, stuck place, you know, they've tried different things. So they may have tried some business coaching and it's not worked for them. That's because of the mindset, not because of the business coaching. They might have done a load of marketing stuff, but again, if the mindset's wrong, it's not the marketing, it's them. Shouldn't say that really, but it's
she's not having a go. She's too nice to have a go.
Yeah, but I've been there myself. I had a lovely lady who did my marketing, and initially we did it together, and it worked. And then over time, because I didn't like doing it, I abdicated responsibility and went, "You do it," and it stopped working.
Yeah, because you weren't putting your authenticity into it.
Yeah, I mean, she was doing her best to emulate my style, but my energy wasn't in it.
Yeah, and that is the difficulty which any digital marketing agency will face, especially with social media, because it is that social element where you are you, I am me. I will never be you, and you will never be me. I can't pretend to be you. You can't pretend to be me. The only
got enough hair.
Hey, I tell you what, love, I'm not having that. Is this a hair off? Is it a hair off? I'm not having it. Right. That's fantastic, mate. I'm going to leave this on now to finish off now. You see what you've done. Mag, that's been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for joining us today. Guys watching, girls watching, thank you so much for your input. Really good to have so many of you join us today. You know, do the thing with the hashtag and replay. Do it. I've got the prizes already. I just haven't sent it out. It's been one of them weeks. You can catch up with me on Thursday. See, I'm actually taking a week off during Easter because I need it. I'll be interviewing Esther Coles of Skylark Training, but join us there. Mags, thank you so much. Please, 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 I want you to put your links in the comments under the video. Every link, I want a link for your website, a link for your course, a link for your services, a link for your packages, anything that you're doing, just put it in there. And then anybody who wants to get in touch with Mags, you can find that on all the platforms. Get in touch. If you need that help and need that support, this lady can help you. She's already walked the journey. You know what I mean? She's done it, and you know, she's got to the end, and now she's, well, a long time ago she got to the end, but now she's here to help you, you know, do your journey and get to where you want to get to. So please, please, please reach out. So Mags, don't go anywhere. People, I shall see you on Thursday, if not before. I reckon this hair, if I was to straighten it out, would actually be longer than yours, Mags.
I think it might.
Two people, guys.